Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Evan Geyer. Today we're talking about resources to police. And at the end of this, I will tell you what I believe is the purpose of life. All right. So, resources to police. A little background: I have never been a police officer, and I've never done a citizen ride along. Although I have to be honest, I have been transported in the back of an ambulance and in the back of a police car to go to the hospital and to go to jail for who knows what. I believe I was innocent. I was out walking around knowing it might have been late, so they might have wondered what was going on. So, something that may reduce police chases and make the job of being a police officer much better and people more ethical. How to change the military police into community police. I mean, really, you hear about confrontations with police officers and the public all the time. They don't get to do a lot of the joyful work of keeping the community safe. They can't just, oh, I'm going to pull you over and check you, um, even though you're not doing anything wrong. I'm not talking about going to someone's house or home or dwelling to without a warrant. I'm talking about on the road. A police officer pulling someone over to check to make sure that they're okay. Um, Pulling someone over and having a budget to give back to the people that they pull over who are doing the right thing. So you're not always in a negative situation. Oh, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Um, Situation. So like $100 in gift cards per day per officer who's patrolling, so they can pull people over, ask for license and registration, make sure that they have their driver's license, make sure that they're following the rules, ask if they have any questions. Um, and of course, if you are actually pulled over by a police officer and you're doing something wrong and they do their statement where you have the right to an attorney, you have the right to, and those things, then you can, just like I talked about before in ethics, you can admit that you would like to plead guilty in a court rather than right there with the police. However, the police officers being able to do things to check up on the community so that they're not only pulling over the bad guy, so that they can pull over the good guy too and reward the good guy with a pre planned payment. It's not like, oh, I like you, I'm going to give you $50. Oh, I don't like you, I'm going to give you $10. It's like the next pullover is going to be $20. So you get $20 and they get $100 a day budget to do this. And checking the ideas, these making sure people have insurance. Um, and if they were going five over, let them know that they were going five over. However, you're not going to get punishment until you go 10 over or something like that on the speed limit. The payment should be the same for the rich and poor. Just because they're rich doesn't mean they get more, but there should be a payment. And also a note to work. If someone's headed to work, the police can write up a note saying they were pulled over. I took their time, and that's why they're late to work. It's not the um, driver's fault. The idea is that if everyone who is pulled over for a crime or wrongdoing, there may be worry. And it is nice to know that the driver could be getting a gift card and the police officers get to have a positive interaction with some of the citizens in society. That they're not military police, that they get to know the community, that they know the roads, that they can be interacted with the citizens. And like I've talked about with Eyes on the Road, the taxis, police can pull people over for not having a license plate. Because and a license plate should be connected to your dwelling so that if there is something wrong and they see the license plate, they can mail you what was wrong and a warning or something like that, so they don't have to have all these big chases. Um, they can just mail it to you, and then they can show up with a warrant if you don't pay the bill, if you're really recklessly driving and you get a reckless driving thing in the mail. Doesn't mean cops in our homes without a warrant, though. So, what was I talking about? What is the meaning of life? You know, do we want the cops to have a miserable life and just always be in confrontation, always have to pull over the bad guy, not know the community? Um, well, the meaning of life is to have a worthwhile life. So let's make life worthwhile for the citizens. Let's make it worthwhile for the police. Let's make it worthwhile. Let's give them something that they want, something that they're for, and that they can do in their own unique way, and understand that that's who they are, and that is their way to a worthwhile life. All right. That's Evan on resources to police. Let's give the police some resources to not always be the bad guy, but yet be the good guy sometimes as well. All right, I'll talk to you later and see ya.